What?
I
Oh, I said, oh my gosh.
Next time I hear you say that, sir, I will have something to use. But do, write, look up, whatever. God is not someone we call upon lightly. It's not a thing he likes to do. Because when you say that, you're just like, using them in a passive sort of, I don't care sort of voice. So pick somebody, pick, old Mickey Mouse or something.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think God just wants you to call upon his name for no particular reason. One would think watching the 10 Commandments movie, you kind of pick up on that. Questions on how to do one, because you better figure it out. This test probably is coming up very shortly, maybe even Thursday. Maybe like 6 tests, I don't know. Like you don't do anything. We don't go to school enough for you even to be tested on anything. Alex?
Can you do number 10?
Number 10.
That's a lot to ask for.
And I don't, again, if you can graph linear equations, this really isn't that much more difficult than that. I don't know what the, did I get a chunk here? Okay, and again, this is graphing, children, so you can only be so precise, and if it's off a little bit, I'm gonna be fine with that. But here is the deal. And this is the one that should frighten and confuse you right here when we get to that. I can tell you because the y is negative. Okay, just looking at it, the y negative is going to throw you for a loop. But let's do the other one first. It's in standard form. There is nothing stopping you from changing standard form into slope-intercept form, and that's probably what I do. If the y is all by itself, I would probably change this so that it's y equals, I would just move this 3x over and make it y is greater than or equal to negative 3x minus 2. That way it's in slope-intercept form, you don't have to worry about finding halves of stuff like that. Just move the 3x over, it's minus 3x. You graph that, it is crosses at negative 2, and it is a negative 3 slope, which means it goes up 3 over 1. Am I right in that? Up 3 over 1. And it is a solid line because it is, I'm just going to draw it. I don't want to waste your time. It wasn't a very good line, but 6 4 had that. And it might be less confusing to shade later or not, I don't know. I'll just shade it since I've got a nice little shading thing here. It's y is greater than, so it's starting at the y, it's where y's get bigger, so you have to shade that top half there. Can we get a little less shady than that? Oh, yeah.
Some shade.
Seems almost dark. So this is the graph of the first one. The second one, like I said, it's going to be a little more complicated in this sense here. If you solve it and put it in slope-intercept form, if it's this 2x minus y greater than or equal to negative 3. Yes, you move the 2x over, so now it's negative y minus 2x minus 3, but you're not allowed to keep that y as negative, and here's where things kind of fall apart. This becomes positive, this becomes its opposite, this becomes its opposite, this becomes its opposite. In order to change it, everything has to change.
That's a negative.
Well, when you moved it over, it became minus 2x, because to get it over there, you subtract it over. Okay, and then graphing that at positive 3, you end up with a positive 2 slope, which means it goes up 1 over 2, down 2, you end up, and it's can be equal to this. And then shading, what side of this? Now you're shading the less than side, so you look at where it crosses the y-axis, you're going to shade the less where y's get smaller. What color can I use? That greenish color. Okay, so I'm now going to shade this. And it is the piece, the chunk here, where there's both green and yellow that's going to be the answer to this. Really, you should go and buy yourself some, you have colored pencils, don't you? Don't you have for art colored pencils? Isn't that funny? You should use 2 different colored pencils and then it's a lot easier than shading because sometimes you're shading with darker and lighter or whatever. By the way, did I get that right? Was that what the answer was? Sorry. Did you go? Any other ones? Uno mas. Kendall? Number 1. Number 1. We have a consensus at number 1 needs to be done, or? Number 1 is, there's not a lot of calculating here, it's just slope intercept form. Did you get this for your first one? Crosses at y-axis at -1. Did you get the lines right, or did you just get the shading wrong, or did you not graph the lines?
I got it at -1.
Right, and it's a -half slope, which means it goes up 1/2, going downhill, 1/2. Wait, did I do that? Down 1/2, sorry. So it's a dashed line because it's not equal to, so you put your dashed line here. And it is where y is less than, so you look where across the y-axis, it's less than on this side here, so I'm just gonna do this. That side means colored in graph. Second one crosses at +2, and it is a -2 slope, which means it goes up 2/1, right? Up 2/1, down 2/1. And then it is a dashed line again. It is a solid line again. Sorry. And it is where y, again, is less than, so you find the y-axis here. And it is everything on this side going this way. And it's the place where both colors are colored in, which would be, what color? Let's go with green. So it goes from here all the way down to here. Colored pencils would work. Forging ahead, onward and upward
Uncharted waters.
into
I heard her say
proverbial.
proverbial on NFL Network yesterday.
See, proverbial is not an uncommon term, but I'm thinking I'm.
You just use it.
Proverbial wall.